I went to go live and then I went, crap, where is the live button? Oh my God, like, how embarrassing. Anyway, I'm here. Hello. So, grab a cup of coffee or tea or water or whatever, and I'm going to wait for Karina to ask to join. Thanks so much for coming on, having a chance to chat with you all. Hello to everybody. Give me a wave and let me know you're there. Hi Shane, how are you? So, look, a lot of us at the moment, we're in very unusual circumstances, but it's also a really good time to look after ourselves a little bit better. And I thought skin is one of the most important things to me. I think it's directly impacted my confidence down through the years. So I said, you know what? Let's do a little bit of a skin health thing. This is for men and women, by the way. I think a lot of the time people will think, oh, you know, I'm a man, skin, that doesn't bother me. But you know what? Everybody can do something to help their skin. And when we're 50 and 60 years old, we'll be very, very glad that we've done that. So everybody's saying hello. Hi. This is actually really nice because you can get kind of lonely at home. And obviously Kev is here and we get on great most of the time. But it's nice to know that you're all watching. There's Karina saying hello. So presumably I'll be able to add her there in a second. Let me see there now. This is all new to me, by the way. Now, any second, waiting for Karina. This is so exciting. Oh my God. Okay, so I have a lot of the products that I use here as well. And if there's, let me just see. If there's anything else that you want to ask, then, you know, put your questions in and I'm sure we'll get to as many of them as we can. Some people as well already had, there she is. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
You're looking glorious, might I add.
Thank you. I did a little environ hack with my makeup this morning.
Oh, well, I'm sure everybody watching is going to be wanting to know loads of tips and tricks and hacks and how they can actually improve their skin over the few weeks that we're going to be in home. I actually used one of your hacks last week, the LACM. So we were on actually to Kev's family over in New Zealand and I had cling film on my face. The little girls thought I was crazy, but I tell you, it worked. So I put on the little bit of LACM, where is it? Here. And then I put the cling film. It's obviously to penetrate deeper, is it, into the skin?
What it is oxygen neutralizes the lactic acid. Oh, so it's to stop the oxygen, so it remains active for longer.
Well, we'll get to that in a second, because I actually, for someone that was kind of skeptical about walking around the kitchen with cling film on my face, it really worked. And loads of people asked me the next day, did it work? And I was like, yes, it did. Okay. So we're going to jump straight into now because I'm conscious that there's people watching and they probably haven't a clue what I'm talking about. So the reason why I asked Karina on, she's the owner of Monica Tolan's. And for any of you that know, when I harp on about skin, I normally talk about Monica Tolan's. It goes hand in hand. And that's because I do really owe a lot of my skin confidence to Karina. It was actually, I checked it up, it was August 2017 is when I first reached out to you. Wow. And the reason why I reached out to Karina was because I found out and I got the opportunity to be on Dance with the Stars. And I was really aware of the fact that week on week, I was going to be on TV. And you know, all of us, whether you're going to a wedding or an event, you want your skin looking well. And I found that at times when I was in pressure or stressful situations, my skin typically tended to react to that. So even at the moment when we were in lockdown for the first week, my skin just flared up so badly. And actually, I had to be very honest, I have a little bit of concealer on here under my eyes, and I have a little bit of concealer on a red mark there. That's it. I have no foundation on my skin. So wow. For me to even get to a place where I could talk to a camera, talk to people, and not have to be worrying about makeup on my skin, it's, you know, I never thought I'd get to this place. So I think for me, I just tell people, so when I got onto you in August 2017, my skin was quite reactive. I wanted to feel a bit more confident in my skin. What the hard thing to admit is, what I realized is, first thing when I was waking up in the morning, what I actually was doing for years was touching my face to see, did I have a new breakout? And it's only now I realize it, because I still have a habit of doing it. I was like, oh God, am I after breaking out somewhere? And I was always really good at my skincare, but I think because I played sport, I was, active all the time. And, often like that, you're in pressure situations, you're stressed because of a big game. that was kind of reflective in my skin, and I would break out quite hormonally sometimes. So yeah, then I got in touch with Karina, and Karina, you can take over.
Well, I guess first of all, I think between you and I was for me to gain your trust, because I think maybe you were a little bit skeptical at the time. You tried other products and
I tried them all, by the way.
You tried them
all. I've been a prescriptive skincare. I've been on antibiotics for my skin. So I had tried it all. And I think, to be honest, I was a bit deflated by everything. I had spent so much money on my skin. You know, you'll see often the ads come up and you'll see these X brands and they're going, I'll transform your skin. I bought into it hook, line and sinker. And when I think about all the money that I'd spent on my skin, it's all worth it now, but I wish I'd found Environ and the likes of those products years ago, you know?
Yeah, I know. Because it's really very simple, isn't it? It's just one cream applied every day minimum. Like, obviously, when we start to see the results that happen when you start using Environ skincare, you want more and more and more, and that's fine, because what happens very quickly is your goals change, you know. And where you came to me, I feel for you, you felt at the mercy of your skin. Really, your skin dictated your mood, didn't it, at that time?
And it dictated to me rather than me dictating to my skin. Like, you know, like as I said, if you're going to the races or a wedding, you know, you want to pick a nice outfit, you want to get your hair done, your makeup done. I would always be so nervous in the lead up to any big occasion that I would get a breakout, and that probably exasperated, and I probably did get a breakout, really manifested
of course, the stress
breakout. But it kind of, for me, I think skin confidence is everything, because a lot of women and men would say when their skin is looking good, then they have a little bit of a pep in their step.
Yeah. I guess I always think weight and skin are very similar, aren't they? You know, for a woman anyway, and I'm sure for a man too. I don't know, because I've never been one. But, you know, it's the one thing that I know will bring me down. Like if an outfit looks shit because I put on weight, or if my jeans like that, if I'm breaking out in spots, I just feel, don't even look at me. Just don't look at me, because I can't even look at myself, you know. I remember too, before I ever worked with Environ Skincare, I started using it. I remember my dad used to be able to tell, like, by my skin, if I was going through a breakup, if I was drinking too much alcohol, if I was partying too hard, if I was, you know, he would say to my mom, Monica, have a word with her. And he'd know by my skin, and he'd always look beyond the spots or beyond the breakout, and he'd say, come here to me, I want to have a chat with you. What's going on? Tell me what's really going on, you know? And I can't hear you. Can you? No. Oh, no, neither can Lucy. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now? Yeah, you should be able to
Yeah.
hear me.
Yeah. What happened?
So, I don't know what happened. So what about people saying here that, like, they get spots and they don't wear that much makeup?
Okay, that's a complete myth. That people think that's, oh shit. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's kind of going in and out of your.
Is it me?
Do you know what,
Anna? I'm gonna just tell my children to come off Roblox if they're on it, because I think sometimes it interferes with my Wi-Fi. Hold on one second.
Sure. What you've got, what that I'd say to people is, don't freak out about, oh, I need to buy all this skincare, or I need to buy all this. You build it up. So you might start with one product and use that and see if that works, and then like Kev starts robbing my products now, just as well. He's actually not here in the kitchen. He uses them, like he pretends that it wasn't a big deal, but when he uses the products, he actually sees a difference as well. I'm just telling people that Kev uses my products secretly. He thinks I don't know, but I know he uses them, because everybody wants to have the skin. Like it's not about whatever age you are, whether you're 16 or you're 60 years old. Your goals might be different, but ultimately everybody wants the same thing, and it's good skin.
Absolutely. And the truth is everyone is entitled to and everyone should have it. And it's very easy to get it. It's as simple as in using your product. It's no more complicated than I think a lot of skincare companies like to complicate it with Environ. That's one of the reasons why I love working with Environ, because it's very simple. You know, only this week I was watching Des do a live with a company in Canada. And they said to him, you know, why have you not sold Environ? Because I've no doubt he'd be offered millions for it. And he said, because if I do, it's gone. It's complete marketing at that point. And it's all about sales. And that's what I love. And he said, for the skin therapist, it will no longer be with me. It would be in Brian Thomas.
Yeah, okay. That
You know?
makes sense. And I think as well, you have to make sure that the people that are talking about your product are experts. Like, what would be, there's a lot of people asking here as well, like, what would be the product that you would recommend to start off with? Now, obviously, a lot of people's skin is different, so it's very hard to say.
Well, it is difficult in one regard. However, all skin has one goal. And I always say to my clients, make this your goal. So this is why I really have one remedy that suits everybody. And that's, I always make skin health my client's goal. And I can give you healthy skin, no problem. I can give everyone healthy skin. And how your skin responds to skin health is within you. Some people a lot of people start to look much, much younger. A lot of people stop aging. A lot of people with chronic dry skin conditions, it just stabilizes or goes altogether. A lot of people with acne or problem skin suddenly stop getting breakouts. A lot of people who took weeks or months to heal from one spot, not talking about you, Anna Geary. Yeah,
that is me.
Suddenly it's healing. Like, I often describe my skin when it started to happen to me, because I used to have slow healing as well. Now it's like Terminator. I could wake up at a spot and by the time I go to bed, it's no sign of it. It literally just heals because my skin is so immensely healthy. And the reason why it's so healthy is because I'm feeding it twice a day what daylight is diminishing.
Yeah.
Daylight, UVA, UVB, destroys the vitamin A content in our cells. And when this vitamin A content starts to be diminished or destroyed, the skin cell nearly shrivels and becomes healthy. And it has little receptors on the cell that loves to receive vitamin A. And when the skin starts to become unhealthy and the vitamin A is being depleted all the time, those receptors come in and the cell starts to shrivel. And that cell predominantly, and the reason my dad's created Environ, is now susceptible to carcinoma, which is a type of skin cancer. It's also susceptible to photo damage, to aging, to sensitivity, to inflammation, but it's ultimately, and this is why Environ was created, because as an anti-skin cancer range. Yeah. So now you've got this cell, and then this client or this cell comes into my clinic and they want healthy skin. So what I need to do is top up their vitamin A daily. But you remember I just said that a vitamin A or a cell that's been depleted ongoing, the receptors curl in. And when the receptors of the cell curl in, it has no way of receiving the vitamin A. So Des created this really, really good line called ABST or Youth Essentia, and it's a ladder system. And he starts off by drip feeding teeny tiny amounts, there you go, of vitamin A. And what's that doing? It's tantalizing the cell and it's encouraging the receptors to open. And then you go on to level 2, level 3, and they open further and they're loving this. And now with this, the skin cell's becoming healthy, it's becoming younger, it's becoming much quicker. The turnaround of the cell is much, much quicker. You make 200 million skin cells in one day. Oh so this is how quickly this will work and how quickly your skin will start to change. It's not like 6 months from now you'll see results. You'll see a result very, very early. Until you get to high levels like you and I, our skin cells are plump, they're hydrated, they're healthy, they're young, they're cancer-free, and the receptors are all open and they can take as much vitamin A as we decide to give it. Wow. And now, the magic with vitamin A, or if you wish, the devil is in the drug, because if other skincare companies, this is why Des, I believe, has it mastered with Environ Skincare because of his ladder system. Because you go to a dermatologist and ask for vitamin A on prescription, they'll give it to you, and suddenly you'll start to peel, aggressively peel. Yeah, you'll become it. Yeah, that's because that cell that's damaged has no way of receiving such high-level retinoic acid. And eventually it will open up, but you'll go through a lot of side effects before then. So basically Environ is the soft or the gentle way into that prescription. Like currently what I'm using, and I believe what you're using as well, because we're going to go into what you're using at the shortly. I'm using a higher level vitamin A topically morning and night than I could get on prescription.
Wow.
And as you can see, my skin loves it. And like, I'm not just saying this, right? But my cousin tagged me on a photograph on Facebook just during the week. Like it's 28 years ago. I'm about 21 and I'm 42 now. So about 20 years ago, at least. And oh my God, I was like zooming in on my skin. Like, Anna, it's ridiculous. Oh, okay. My brows really help as well. I don't know. I think everyone has that photograph from 20 years ago and their brows are horrendous. But I have a lot to thank Environ Skincare for. And if you want, actually, I'll post that on my story today. I'll post a picture of now and a picture of then. I'm holding my little niece, who's now 20 odd, but she's only 2 in the photo. And that's how I know how old I was in it. And yeah, incredible.
Because a lot of people were messaging me last night when I told them I was going to be speaking to you, and they were of various different ages, and they were asking, like, is it ever too late to start on your skincare? And it's not.
No, definitely not. Because that's like saying, is it ever too late to, I don't know, diet or to watch what you eat or to, I don't know, become a better way of life, take up gardening. You know, life, what's time even? We exist. So the choices you make every day determine who you are today. The past is gone. You know, what's that famous saying, and I do love it, what's the best time to plant a tree? 20 years ago. What's the second best time? Today.
Yeah,
you know, a lady at a talk one time with Des put up her hand with a question and she said, I have a 7-year-old. Is it too early to start her on topical vitamin A? And his reply
that was my next question. Somebody said that they've got kids and they want to know, because they went through a horrific skin journey in their teens, and they want to know when is the best time to start younger people on a good skin regime.
I have my girls on Environ every morning and every night, and their skin is so beautiful. And I can tell when they lapse with it, because of course they do. They're human, you know. But their skin is really, really gorgeous. And I love to see it. It looks so, so healthy. And in actual fact, remember I described the vitamin, the skin cell that closes in when it's damaged. A child's skin doesn't have UVA or UVB damage because they haven't lived a life long enough, you know. So their receptors are out. So they love vitamin A. They don't encounter as many problems as you as I would have starting it in our 20s.
And it's really hard when, like, whatever, when you're an adult, because, you know, you've access like that to products or treatments or makeup. But when you're younger and your skin is flaring up or acting up, it's really tough. Like, it's a really hard time. It can really affect your self-esteem and your confidence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Claire's the same. Both her skin looks great, but I'd love to see it makeup free. Anna has no makeup on.
Yeah, no, look.
And I mean, I'm quite happy to take it off.
But
I did go through a bit of effort.
So I'll move away the concealer. So you can see the little red mark that's there. That was when this first happened. And again, my skin reacted really badly to the stress of everything that was happening. I think a lot of people, and skin, like, stress manifests in loads of different ways. And I actually got a little bit of eczema over both my eyelids, and I don't ever get eczema. And then I got this spot, but it turned into, I sent Karina a picture of it. It turned 3 spots merged into one. Like, wasn't it so big? And it took me so long I think my skin, it just takes so long for it to heal. So however long it takes to heal, it's so much faster now that I'm on Environ. It's almost like I might get one really bad one, but it's not 5. Whereas before, I would have got 1, and then I would have got 1, and then I would have got 1, and this side of my face would have had, like, the hard cystic spots.
Yeah.
That's what would have happened to me. And then it's kind of, because I train so much, I don't want to put makeup on my skin when I'm training because your pores are open. But then you're really conscious if you're, you know, in a gym or somewhere that you've bad skin. So it was really affecting me. And like now, even like that, apart from I have eye makeup on, because let's face it, how many of us are sleeping great? I have a bit of mascara on, but there's nothing on my skin. And it's lovely to feel that I can get to the place where my skin is tolerant. And that's what I'd say is, my skin will probably always suffer from breakouts, you know, with stress or whatever related. I'm never going to have, you know, the pristine, perfect skin that some people have. But my skin is 1,000,000% more tolerant now because of incorporating Environ into it. And like, the breakouts would clear so much faster than if I wasn't on it.
Yeah, and what you have now is healthy skin. You know, in a way, the gut has a massive influence on our skin. It really does. And some people's more than others. And the gut is now considered to be the second brain. And what happens is, and if you think about it, right, when you get excited about something or when you're worried about something, you don't feel it in your head, you feel it in your tummy.
Yeah. So
And
she's
that's it.
butterflies even in your tummy when they say
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. It's your sixth sense. It's everything. So gut, I always look, if you feel that stress or emotions are impacting your skin, I would look to look after your gut. And how we do that is with a probiotic. Of course, we have Youth Biome, which is the only probiotic in the world formulated for skin. But however, I say to my clients, Youth Biome is amazing. I love it. I'll never come off it. But I say to clients, you can try any probiotics. They're all different live cultures, and we like to expose your gut to as many different live cultures as possible. But
Yeah, for me now, so this is the one you're talking about, the skin biome. And I would always have, so this is a brand new pack because I'm almost finishing my other one, and I'll always have this in backup because I don't want to ever run out of it.
yeah.
So I do, so this is obviously, like I said, it's for your skin health, but then I'll use this as well, Alphanorix, which is for my gut, and I've been using it probably for a year. And I definitely think you're right that when your gut is healthy and your gut is feeling good, and you know when your gut isn't because you'll feel a bit bloated, you'll feel a bit stodgy, it definitely has made, for me anyway, it's definitely made an impact. So, you know, I think one of the things that a lot of people were asking me last night was, you know, because financially it's a big investment for your skin, and people are thinking, oh, you know, right now I don't have the money or I can't do that. But for me, I only started out with 1 or 2 products, and then I added on every time. So you don't need, anyone that's trying to sell you, you know, 12 products, you have to buy all these products in the range. Like, I run a mile because, you know,
And it's funny, it's something I'm dead against because I find my client will just get confused. And I would rather see her sooner, and then, you know, she wishes to purchase more. And some of my clients want to take loads, and I actually have to say, no, let me just see. The other thing is, I need to see how her skin responds to each thing. And if I give her less, I can see if there's a problem quicker, what caused the problem, or where did we go wrong.
So Laurie's asking, what's the first supplement that you'd go on, like if you had a budget? Like,
okay, so my first, for topical skincare and for supplements, the first product, let's just say that you're normal and no major skin concerns, you know, no major issues like acne or medical conditions, is always ABST1. That's the first one that I would recommend. If you're on a budget, at the very least, take the very first step, the lowest level vitamin A, and feed it into your skin twice a day. Then if you've got the budget to stretch to a supplement or another product, it's always a supplement. And if you're not pregnant or trying to be, it's Skin Vit A. And in Skin Vit A, we have high dosage vitamin A orally. And I like that sandwich effect because if I feed you a supplement orally, there we go, it's getting to your bloodstream and it's getting to your dermis, which is, of course, the factory of your skin. As I say, it's where all the Oompa Loompas are making next month's skin. So we have that sandwich effect. The dermis is getting vitamin A, as is the epidermis on top. Also, our vitamin A supplement contains vitamin D3, which is really, really, really important for immunity, and it's really important for the skin cells working together for continuity of for results. But also, you know, now with SPFs and everything, people are getting, and of course, we're coming out of our darkest seasons. Yeah. Winter and October, and then with SPF, people aren't getting enough. You need the sun, you need UVB to get vitamin D3, so it's great to supplement with that as well. So important for women, so important for our bones. Yeah, so that's the minimum supplement.
I would take a vitamin D supplement from like about September to maybe about now. I actually stopped it just there last week because it's like you're not getting enough vitamin D, and it's so, and often you can get it from some foods, but look, you know, it's great. Some people can just eat the right foods and they never need to supplement, but for a lot of us, we need to. And I felt I wasn't getting vitamin D. And it is said, if you can, because I only just bought this. This is the one, remember, I was asking you about. So I just bought this one like last week. I actually saw you and Lottie talking about it last week on your page. And I was like, oh, I actually don't use this because for me, my desert island product is Skin Active.
Wow. Of course, that's our fish oils.
What's the one product you would take with you if you could only take one to desert island? And that would be Skin Active. I definitely think with this one, it's helped build up my tolerance levels. And what I'm doing at the moment, so normally you take 2 a day. But at the moment, because my stress levels are definitely heightened and I'm a little bit more anxious than normal, I'm taking 4 of these a day at the moment. And I feel it's helping my skin.
The Acumax supplement is specifically for hormonal breakouts, so it's really good for what you're talking about at the moment. I find it even great for PMS. If I stop taking for whatever reason, I'm eating more around the time of my period, or I'm craving chocolate, or even cramps are worse. Everything's better when I
Somebody
take
asked,
it.
you can take the two of these together.
Yes, you can. Once you're only taking, I wouldn't like you taking any more than 10,000 international units of vitamin A a day. There's 5,000 in your vitamin A, but each Acumax supplement only has 400. So you're currently less than 7,000 with those. So that's fine.
That's good to know. Okay, so then for somebody, what's your desert island product, by the way?
Youth Biome.
Really?
The probiotic, yeah.
So the probiotic.
I just think, I think I medicate with it. I just think like, it solves. I've one in my car in the door, you know. I've one in my handbag. I've one in work. Anywhere I go, like I'm just like, oh, give me a biome. I won't travel without it because traveling at altitude really affects my gut. I just adore Youth Biome for many reasons.
Wow. Oh my God. And that's good to know. Like, I think sometimes one of the things that I had to get into my head when I was thinking about investing in skincare is people think, oh my God, it's too much money or it's whatever. But if you think about, like, you'd go out and you'd drop €4 for a cup of coffee in a day, no problem. So if you multiply that, even if you did that 5 days a week, you know, like that's €20, that's €80 a month. Like you could have, you know, 2 products bought that could actually be helping you with your, you know, your actual goals. And it wasn't till I was writing down where my money was going that I realized, oh God, I actually could, if I pull back in other places, I really could afford. And it's the best, without a shadow of a doubt, of everything I've done. It has been by far the best investment I've ever made in myself, ever.
Good woman. That's great. That's great to hear.
You know, you could go into a shop and buy an outfit, you know, and wear the same dress 5 times. But if your skin is looking great, if you're, you know, if you've got a little bit of a, you know, wash your hair, curl your hair, you can feel great. So for me, even though I love fashion, I love clothes, it was my skin was giving me the confidence, not the clothes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you wear everything better when you feel good about yourself, don't you?
And somebody said to me as well, you know, with you know, often with fitness, we all have our body hang-ups. You can cover your body, you know, you can dress, you can disguise parts, you can be really clever with the clothes you wear. But your skin is on show to everybody. Yeah. You can't hide it. And I thought, when I thought about it like that, I was like, that's actually a really good point. How important do you think water is as well then for skin?
It's overrated. It's not as important as people think.
Okay.
I often say to my clients, by the time dehydration manifests on your skin, you have way more problems. You'll be having chronic headaches. You'll be feeling tired and lethargic. You know, as your organs go, your skin's needs, because it's not a life-sustaining organ, you know, your body does prioritize, and other organs, more important organs, get priority first for everything, you know, and then your skin, which is why we need to look after the skin even more. So by the time your skin is showing dehydration, your other organs are dehydrated, you know. So it's overrated. If you think you're going to fix dry skin by drinking 7 needed waters, all you're going to do is make yourself pee a lot. It's not going to work, because if your skin's not healthy, and if your natural moisturizing factor, which is an umbrella term referring to your ability to retain moisture in your skin, if they're impaired, no matter how much you drink, it's going to go. You know, you'll fix dry skin with fish oils before you'll ever fix it with water.
That's great. Oh, actually, so speaking of fish oils, that'd be something people ask me about that as well, about skin omegas. I'm just saying hello. My actual, he must have heard me talking about Dancing with the Stars. My former dance partner has just come on to say hello. Like, oh, hi.
They're probably all in shock that Anna's doing a live.
Yeah, this is my first live for everybody, by the way. And I said, what better way to talk about my skin? Because even he knew how obsessed I used to be with my skin, because you're sweating all the time, and like whether it's training or dance rehearsals, the number one thing I would say to people is don't wear makeup when you're sweating. Just doesn't feel good in your pores. It's just not great.
So see, Anna, can I answer this question? Because this is a really good question. What is a good face skin exfoliator? I feel I need a good one for the good products to start working. And this is something that I need to address, because it's a massive misconception.
Really?
The worst thing you can do for your skin, particularly if your skin is not already healthy like mine and yours. So therefore, if you're not using topical vitamin A, I don't believe your skin is as healthy as it could be. The worst thing you can do is exfoliate your skin. Because think about it, you're sanding it down, and the largest organ in the body, and it's first and foremost, what it's meant to do is protect you. Yeah. It's meant to keep you warm, it's meant to keep infection out. It's a defensive organ. And the first thing you want to do is sand it down. I often describe your skin cells to be like an army of defense. And your job is to build that army up and to make all your soldiers fit and healthy. That's what vitamin A does. If your soldiers are already, half of them are asleep, The other half are really old. The other half are too young to do anything if you are in trouble. Do you get me? And then you come along and you exfoliate it. So now what you've done is you've released a load of toy soldiers or child soldiers that are, let's say, embryos, far too immature to defend you. They're clueless, you know? So they'll just oxidize straight away, which is, they'll look good initially because, of course, they're young, they're plump, but they'll oxidize within hours or days. And then suddenly they're now young, premature, oxidized, they'll just turn grey and they won't be able to defend you. It's a nightmare. So if you want healthy skin, don't exfoliate it or sand it down. Build it up. Think of your skin always as being that army, and how can you make it? I describe a skin that's not treated with topical vitamin A as being like the walls in the west of Ireland. It does its job, but there's holes everywhere. You know, everything gets in, everything gets out. If you want healthy skin, you must build a solid brick wall. No exfoliators.
And what about for guys then, for lads? Do you have a lot of male clients? Because
yeah, we do. And actually, I love male clients because they respond much quicker than females. Their skin is thicker. So, you know, it just responds much, much better. And I can take 10 years off a man who's never looked after his skin in one facial treatment.
Really?
Yeah. Especially because like that, if they haven't really looked after their skin. Like if someone like you, particularly now if we never met and you arrived in my skin clinic, you know, your skin's really, really good. I have a lot to think about before I can make an improvement on what's perfect, you know? So you give me a guy maybe getting married, his fiance has made him come into me, he's never looked after his skin. It's easy work for me. They respond so well. Their skin is literally, go ahead.
Face masks. What's your opinion?
I love them because they help with your mindfulness and your mental health as well. You know, nothing makes you relax like 20 minutes out with a face mask on. I love face masks. Actually, my skincare is part of my mental health and my mindfulness, you know. So just tell me whatever you want to do. If you want to hydrate, if you want to brighten, if it just depends, but they're all gorgeous. And they're all very superficial. They're all just treating the epidermis. So there's little or no damage really that can be caused. As long as you're not using those ones that stick to blackheads, nightmare.
Somebody actually asked that question.
Nightmare. That's like sticking a big sticky thing to the first line of your army, whipping all the soldiers off, you know, and then saying, now go to war. Because every day your skin goes to war. Every day there's daylight. The only time that it's not at war is if you're in a prison cell, I don't know, way under with no UVA, no UVB.
What about for people at home now at the moment? They have a bit more time in their hands to dedicate to their skin. Is there any kind of like a few hacks or tips and tricks that they can take on board? Like, you know, whether it's someone that's currently looking after their skin or if it's someone that's never really done much with their skin.
Right. Well, you see, they're going to need the product. So at the very least, if you want to give your skin the very best thing, go to monicatolan.com and do a skin consultation, because we think too much of you just to sell products over the counter. We would rather chat to you. It's a free service. You pay €50, but it's redeemable off your purchase. And then most likely, the majority of you are going to be given ABS21 or Youth Essential. And that's your topical vitamin A. And the best thing you can do is apply that to your skin every morning and every night. If you want real and significant changes and long-lasting results, results that, like me, like I just said to you, I looked at that photograph of me 20 years ago, and I'm like, oh, Karina, great choices skincare-wise. You know, if you want your future self to look back at you and go, oh, thank God, of all you did, you made disastrous relationship, whatever, and decisions with boys, but you made great skin decisions. Your future self will thank you.
Priority.
Yeah, exactly.
So, okay, well, let's talk a little bit about what I'm using and why I'm using, I suppose, what I've added in, because I know a lot of people were asking me about my own skin, and obviously my skin is different to people, but I have oily skin, you know, it's prone to breakouts, it's quite reactive, quite sensitive to products as well. You've discovered that my skin doesn't like new products going on. It's happy enough, the ones that work, to keep using those time and time again. But aside from the products, let's even start with the supplement, because one of the things that you said to me at the beginning, it's always something that stuck with me, is you can treat your skin topically and you can put on all the creams, but you also have to treat your skin from the inside out. And I actually found the big difference came is when I started taking it up, because I was starting to, you know, like you were talking about skin health, it reinforces all the products.
The reason for that is because we could fill your blood with nutrients. as wonderful as our topical creams are, they don't go into the bloodstream. We lack the enzyme needed to convert it into the bloodstream. However, when you swallow a supplement, and the other wonderful thing is, Anna, it doesn't just treat where you apply it, like with topical creams. It treats the whole body, head to toe. And what we're doing is we're feeding the blood, which is feeding your dermis, which is next month's skin. So it's for significant results. Supplements are key.
And so the skin omegas, because you mentioned them earlier on, these are also like, again, remembering what you said to me, you said this is like
swallowing a moisturizer.
Yeah, swallowing from the inside out. And it definitely I found around winter time, you know, when the air conditioning comes to the houses and the heating comes on, and when I was taking these, like that dryness that I would have gotten in the past definitely wasn't there.
Yeah, so forget your 7 litres of water a day and take a fish oil. These contain omega-3, omega-6, which is really good for brain activity as well. It's really important in early pregnancy for development of the spine. They're gorgeous. And you know, one thing actually I should address before we go further with Advanced Nutrition Program, an extreme ethical company. Everything is recyclable. Everything is traceable. They can pick up one of their fish oils and tell you what boat it came in on.
Wow.
Oh, they're incredible. If you look, actually, I shared a YouTube video the other day from that company, and it'd be worth a watch. I'll put it up after this on my stories. They only use the best quality. They don't use fish oils taken from the liver of the fish, because the liver is a detoxifying organ, so it'll be full of toxins. I mean, it's complete traceability, potency, packaging. Like I said, it's all recyclable. It's a stunning product. So that's omega-3 and 6, but he also fortified it with vitamin A. So it's a wonderful supplement because you're getting your vitamin A, albeit nowhere near as much as you're getting in a Skin Vit A supplement, but you're still getting 400 international units in there, and your omega-3 and your omega-6. I don't know about you, Anna, but I don't really eat salmon or mackerel. Do you?
Like I'd make an effort, but it would be once a week. You know?
If I'm in a restaurant and I order salmon pasta, like, but even at that, how much of it is oily?
Our butcher does. He has some great salmon darns, and it's probably only in the last few weeks that I've started regularly eating it. But
really
it's
good for you. Yeah. Well, this is it. Yeah. So I mean, definitely the skin omegas. If you forget water for dry, dehydrated, it's like I said, like swallowing a body moisturizer. If you want your skin to glow, particularly for brides, you know, if their back is exposed or their arms, really good for dry skin conditions. And I've recommended them to clients, and they told me that their eczema just went.
Wow. Yeah, and I think that's what it is about. It's kind of, because somebody said here, and they made a really good point. It's like you can, you know, it's about what you're investing your money in, like what your priorities are. So how important is it to have good skin health? And then you just have to look and see, well, you know, I would rather give up drinking alcohol for 6 months, and the money that I would save, actually put it into my skincare, because that, you know, for me, I suppose even in my job, my own confidence day to day, skin is a priority for me. And I want my skin when I'm 40 and 50 to look younger as opposed to looking older, you know?
Yeah, I think it's important. You know, it doesn't happen very often, but sometimes I might meet an old school friend. See, the problem with me, all my circle using Byron, all my friends, all my family. So it's rare I meet people who don't have fabulous, healthy skin, you know? But the odd time I might in Tesco or something, and I think these girls are in my class, and it's like night and day, the difference. Now, obviously, you know, they could have very, very stressful lives. They may not have used SPF. You know, there's a lot of things that will age you and cause what they could smoke. They could drink a lot of alcohol, you know, stuff like that. But I am so grateful. And then I'm a mother of 2 young girls, as I was a child of a woman who looked after her skin. And it's that too. It's the example you set to your children, you know, to look after themselves, to mind their skin, that they're worth investing in, and to even value yourself, to know that you're worth investing in, you know, keep that few quid away from the kids. Don't buy them everything they want, and just keep that few quid away and invest in yourself.
So when we go into my routine, you can and have a chat with it. Okay, so I typically tend to do my regime even in the evening time. That's when I do it. I probably, because typically I'm running out the door in the mornings. Often a few minutes late. I've got up. I've snoozed a bit longer. So yeah, it's kind of the evening time. But if you want to talk me through products, and I can pick them up, and I can, because what I'm using at the moment, say, is what I would typically do is I would roll.
What do you use to clean your skin? Let's start there.
So when I have my makeup on, what I would use is the cleansing gel. So I would use that in the evening. So if I had makeup on, actually what I would start with is my pre-cleansing oil. So say if I typically don't wear foundation unless I have to, you know, I just
But when you do, it's a lot, like with TV and stuff, and maybe photo shoots.
So if I'm doing a shoot or I'm on TV or whatever, and you have to have a lot of makeup on, and you're touching your makeup up a lot of the day, there's a lot of it there. So I'll use the pre-cleansing oil. This is excellent. It literally cuts through all of the makeup. And you even, because I would use a face cloth when I'm taking it off. And it's just, you're looking and go, oh my gosh. So then my double cleanse, then I'd go in with my cleansing gel. This eye makeup remover is really, I have quite sensitive eyes. Like, even though I can wear any type of, you know, like eyeshadows, mascaras, they're still quite sensitive when I'm taking it off. So if you're really careful what I would take off, I would use this, or I would use just a simple eye makeup remover if I've lashes on, because actually that's really gentle as well, just for people if you are looking for something in a strict budget. That's actually a really good one as well. So then, now what I want to ask you actually is, I have this, the toner, right? I don't use it as often as I should. It's quite full, and I actually forgot I had it. But I'm
laughing because it's one of our best-selling products, and we are out of stock of it since last Thursday. The amount of people I have crying out for that product that would whip that out of your hand. You don't even use it, and now you're holding it like your child. Okay, I'm going to tell you why. And you know what, Anna, if you were to start to be more compliant with that, you may understand the reason why they would grab it out of your hand. It's a stunning product. It contains lactic acid as well, so it's incredibly hydrating. It also contains traces of urea, which is another ingredient that harbors better activity from your natural moisturizing factor. That's that umbrella term I referred to before, that basically seals in your own moisture. So and as with all environment cleansers and toners, it's preparing your skin for vitamin A as well. Because everything we want to do is make you absorb as much of our amazing ingredients as possible. Also with the pre-cleansing oil, I want to tip on that because it's a brilliant product. And why it's really important is it takes your makeup off. We want our clients to clean their skin. Cleaning your skin is not taking your makeup off. It's two different things. So if you have the pre-cleansing oil, let it remove all your makeup, and now come along with our incredible cleansers designed to clean your actual skin and prepare your skin for the peptides, antioxidants, and vitamin A. So 3 brilliant and key products. Actually, the eye makeup remover, that is so beautiful, and it can be used and applied as an eye treatment. Soak it in cotton wool and leave it as an eye mask. And it's amazing. Great for puffiness. I don't know if you've like climbed away to your secret place and cried for hours, you know, one of them. Yeah, that's exactly when it's brilliant. I do it a lot, and I might even put the cotton pieces into the fridge to cool before applying it. Amazing. Even if you're doing a little face mask, it's a gorgeous thing to do.
Well, I definitely am going to. I promise I will be using it from now on, because it's amazing.
It's also really important if you use a cream cleanser, because it will remove any last traces of the cleanser that may be residing on your skin.
Oh yeah, because often like that I would use, if I was on the go, say, and I was using in the car, I would always have, right, see these, what are the non-woven gauze.
Okay, great.
Before even using cotton wool to take your makeup off.
Okay.
This is the best. Now, I don't know what you think of that.
No, it is. It's perfect. Yeah, it's perfect.
Well, I'd have this in the car, and then I'd have the pre-cleansing lotion, the creamy version of it. So if I wasn't able to, say, to get home to wash my face, and I was driving an hour from a shoot or from filming, I'd take my makeup off in the car straight away. Just because there's 2 things I love doing, right? I'm sure a lot of women are the same. Men, you won't get this, but taking off your makeup and taking off your bra, the interview.
Oh my God, yes.
Like, yes. So if I can take the makeup off straight away, taking off the bra in the car is probably a bit weird. But if I can take the makeup off straight away, yes, I am there. So I'd have that in my car, actually. I had to go to my car to get that today. Sebi Wash, you put up a hack about this. I actually used this. Remember at the start, I was using this, and then I transferred it over to the gel. But I've come back to this recently more for my body, because I'm finding at the moment exercise, for some reason, just a little bit here and a little bit on my shoulders, and getting a little bit congested. And the foaming or the cleansing gel wasn't really working, but this is really helping.
Brilliant.
So what's the big difference then between this and this?
Just salicylic. in this purple one, the Sebi wash. And salicylic is a BHA, beta hydroxy acid, as opposed to an alpha. And what that means is it doesn't go deep into the skin at all. It basically works on the pores. It actually does kind of cleans out the pores, it scoops it out. And the reason why you're probably breaking out from sweat, there's two different glands in our body, the sudoriferous gland and the sebaceous gland. Sudoriferous secretes sweat. Sweat's composition is salt and urea, which of course that urea is what I spoke about, that's in the toner. It's because the skin is one of our excretory organs as well. So the salt could be irritating your skin, and so it's nearly like an irritation as opposed to a congestion.
Yeah.
And what will happen is the salicylic will clear all of that away from your skin. It also contains tea tree oil, so it's kind of sterilizing, a natural antibacterial as well. So you know, bacteria won't like the salt and urea on your skin, and it will gather to try and clean it. So the salicylic will actually remove all of that. I loved it when I used to train jiu-jitsu, which is a very sweaty sport with a lot of contact. I used to love the Sebi wash as a shower gel. You feel so clean. And another little tip, if you are having breakouts, massage the Sebi wash into the area for about 10 minutes before, like apply it and work it in for about 10 minutes before you get into the shower, just to give the salicylic a little bit more time before you wash it off with the water in the shower.
Ah, brilliant. That's great to know. Because, you know, like, I think when you get breakouts in your skin, you, even if you were covering something up with makeup, but somewhere like here in your chest or shoulders, you know, it's not a very nice place to get a breakout, and people can be quite conscious about it. And I actually, playing a lot of sport, I'd meet girls like that would be quite conscious about getting breakouts. So definitely this is, with the salicylic acid, is actually helping. And we've all heard that term salicylic acid being thrown around, so it obviously just shows it does work. Okay, so if I've all my makeup off my face, then the first thing I would do is I would start to roll. Like, I'm going to be honest here, okay? I'm going to be honest with everybody and with you. There'd be times where I would get a bit lazy and just not roll.
Me too. It's okay.
And you know, it's a habit. So I kind of, when I build a routine and I'm doing it every evening, when I brush my teeth, it's like you brush your teeth, you roll, you know, and they just come one after the other. It's like for kids, for the bedtime routine, get them into the steps, and it just becomes second nature. Whereas when I fall out of the habit, I genuinely notice the difference on my skin. So even though I'm applying the exact same products, they're not having the same impact, because obviously this baby here is helping penetrate deeper into the skin. So
absolutely.
I don't even know what rolling is.
Oh, rolling is a concept devised by Dr. Des Fernandez, who is the doctor, of course, who created Environ Skincare. I'm going to be doing a live with him on Tuesday night, so tune in. Yeah. So it's a concept that was devised by him in the late 1990s, 1997 it was. And again, if you go back to the whole thing I've spoke to you about vitamin A and how it makes the skin celty, if you go back to the analogy of the army. So let's say now you're on high level vitamin A or even medium level vitamin A, your army is really tightly, those soldiers are big, they're aligned tightly to each other. Now what happens is your products can't get in. Neither can the oxidative UVA, UVB, and all the free radicals that are trying to break you down, the army down, all the attackers. But neither can your products, which is ultimately the thing that built you up. So we have to do this. And what that does, it takes your ability to be permeable or to be penetrated from a 7 to 10% to an 80%. So if you're taking the time and the money to invest in these products, you must roll at least every night. I've watched 2 lives with Des, with the distributor in America and Canada this week, and he actually makes me want to be better behaved. I am pretty good, and particularly at this time because I have more time, you know. But he makes me want to be more compliant with my rolling. He rolls morning and night, and it's everything to him. And I'm looking forward to discussing the concept more, because some people claim that it has regenerative and collagen stimulating effects. I would never retail the roller to anyone under that pretense, because I'm not certain it does. But it absolutely improves your ability to be penetrated and amplifies your products. So that alone is a key selling point for the roller.
Yeah, so in simple terms, it's almost like it's opening a door to let your products in. So
absolutely.
And it is like what I heard you saying before, like, and even I might start doing it, even watching TV, you know, before you're going to bed. So even if you're just starting to roll, because it actually is quite relaxing. Like,
I like it.
It's just all over your face.
Yeah, yeah. I like it.
It's a habit.
Yeah.
You know?
3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. Des does 5, including his neck. So anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes, and I'm happy. And you know what, Anna, to my clients like you who say, I got a little bit lazy and I didn't do this and I didn't do that, I say, listen, it's fine, because I sometimes need you to be a little bit lazy to realize how important it is, everything that you do. you know,
Yeah.
because if you didn't come off your supplements occasionally or leave one aside, or if you didn't stop rolling a little bit, you wouldn't realize, Jesus, the difference.
Yeah. Now, I want to show people this. By the way, it's for your skin, just in case people are like, what?
Okay, glad you clarified, Evan.
It's like, let's clarify. So this is a little stamper, right? And so I have a little scar. I have 2 little scars here on my chin. And again, I kind of stopped doing it for a while. But then when I just started stamping in around those and then applied my products, it definitely seems to be helping ease those scars.
Yeah. Now, this is where, and I will bring this up with Des, this is where I'm not certain. Is it the collagen? Is your collagen being stimulated by that device, which is 0.01 mil deeper than your roller? Or is it that it's actually allowing more of your collagen-inducing products in? Some people say both. I think at that depth, it's more the amplified penetration. But Des is the doctor, and Des is the doctor who created it, and he will tell us on Tuesday.
Yeah, so that's a good one to know, because I said, like, essentially there's tiny little, what would you call them? Like
little little needles, I guess.
Because I'm terrified of needles. So
yeah, okay, I don't want to say that, and I don't want to say little pricks either.
Yeah,
but they are like little pricks. I don't know.
Little tiny little. I just say, for want of a term, they're like needles, but they're not. You don't even. So like, all you're doing it is. So even if you've acne, scarring, or if you have that, which is what these are, 2 little ones here, and even if you're just doing that around the scar after I've rolled and then putting on the products, it definitely it is helping. Like, I'm noticing it, they're fading.
Oh, I can see it on you, and I've got photographs of them when the injury occurred, and even 3 to 6 months after the injury. And it's, do you remember, Anna, the last day we met, I had to fix my light to try and see them, because it wasn't until I had the light angled a certain way was I even able to pick them out myself.
So this little stamper,
that's called the focus kit, and it's to treat localized areas of concern. Brilliant for around the eye area.
Yeah, I just started to do that actually around my eyes.
Brilliant for here. You might get a little lift.
So I think this is actually a brilliant product, probably like underrated, but
yes, Anna, you are right. I'm definitely giving you that. I don't even speak about that product enough. It is underrated, and it's very affordable. It's less than €50, and it lasts forever, like
ever.
Yeah, no, you're right. It is underrated, and I need to bring it to my clients' attention more.
There you go. I'm glad I could help.
I'll call it the Anna Stamper.
What I would do is kind of a little bit of a concoction, if you will. So I'm on AVST5 now at the moment, so that's the one I'm on. And also I'm putting in the sequin serum. So obviously retinol, like you said, it can be quite irritating for some people, and some people's skin takes quite a while to actually get used to it. Yeah, I think your skin was like that before. My skin was definitely like that when I was trying retinol out.
Okay, yeah, I had to get to level 3 in the Youth Essential line before my skin tolerated retinol, but when it did, I flew through retinol, and I've never looked back. So we use 5 different types of vitamin A within Environment Skincare. We use propotate, acetate, palmitate, beta-carotene, and retinol. Retinol is the most aggressive and the most potent and the most fast-acting form of them all. So if you go back to the skin cell that has had receptors when you were young and beautiful, and then when you didn't look after your skin, the receptors closed in. But now, of course, you're using your topical vitamin A's, those receptors have opened up again. We just need them to be really open to receive retinol. If they don't fully receive the retinol, how you'll know you're in trouble is you'll start to get a dryness, an irritation, or a redness. The propotate, which is the type of vitamin A within the Youth Essential line, which is that blue bottle, that is the closest form of vitamin A that mimics retinol. But it's not, it lacks the aggression.
So I'm having this as a bridging product nearly, because I started the retinol, it kind of was irritating my skin. So I've stepped back now. I've started on this line with the hope then that I'll be ready for retinol.
And I've no doubt you will. And you know, it's not just a propotate, it's got massive amount of peptides, which are our proteins, our amino acids, brilliant and essential for collagen. And also there's a huge amount of vitamin C in the Youth Essential line. There's a vitamin C booster called Mela Even Cream that lies in our Radiance line. And there's a full tube of that within the Youth Essential line, the amount of vitamin C. So vitamin C also is essential for skin health, and it's an antioxidant and really important for collagen.
Somebody asked a brilliant question, right?
Okay.
To clean these, how would you do it?
Okay, so let's say you're using them every night.
Yeah.
Okay, so every evening you just run it underneath a warm tap and put it on a tissue. I tear off some toilet paper and put it sitting on the window ledge, and that's
Can't
why I
at
let
the
it dry.
moment. You
Oh
can't.
yeah, it's toilet paper in short supply. Not in this house, it's not, because I totally overbought back in January, whenever we first got wind of it. But so yeah, and I sit the roller on top and just let it air dry. And then I'll pop it back into the container. And then once a week, there's a cleaning solution from Environ Skincare. And obviously you don't have to use that, you know, there's no law, but we won't, if there's any damage occurs and you haven't been using that, we won't look at the warranty. Do you get me?
Okay.
So for your own, it is better that you use it. I did something very, very silly. I'm Milton mad in this house. I love Milton, and everything gets Milton everywhere. So anyway, I diluted some Milton in some water, and I soaked. I'm on a different roller to you. I'm on the gold plated roller, and anyway, the gold plate came off the roller. So don't do that. Whatever you do.
Oh wow. Actually,
But yeah, so there is a cleansing solution from Environ Skincare, and you can use that. You just soak it for 10 minutes once a week. Now, obviously, if you're only using the product once a week, you don't have to soak it till once a month. You know, it depends on the use, but it just keeps it sterile and it keeps it working.
okay. Well, I'll quickly fly through the rest of these for people, because I know not everybody obviously watching is going to be having the Environ right now. And once they do a free consult with you, well, then they might be able to start. But these are the three that I use. So got my ABSD5, my sequin serum, and then this, my night cream. Okay. So I use this because it's alpha hydroxy. It's just really good to help keep breakouts at bay. Like since I've started using this, I notice a big difference in my skin.
It's stunning. It contains glycolic acid, and that's derived from a vegetable. Unlike salicylic, which is a BHA, glycolic does go much deeper. Glycolic eats away congestion like Pac-Man. Mm-hmm. Also, it contains lactic acid, which is a natural skin sterilizer, skin brightener, skin emollient, so it's going to hydrate. It's a stunning product. We'd like you to use it at nighttime because you're more sun sensitive when you use any kind of AHAs. So, yeah, stunning alpha hydroxy night cream. It's a lovely thing to incorporate. You don't have to use it all year round. I like to do it for maybe 3 months of the year, but it would definitely drop the pH balance of your skin slightly and make it more sterile.
So this is the best eye cream I've ever used. And I have tried so many of them for people. If you're going to invest in a good eye cream, it's so good. You can't come off it. Yeah, I know. And I noticed it. Like, I would start to panic if, you know, in skin terms, if I didn't have this, because I do notice a difference if I stop using it for a few days. Yeah. I'll notice, like, and I'll kind of put it in around here, but I'll bring it up over my eye as well. And it makes a big difference. Yeah, I actually saw you saying that to use the leftover over your lip. Oh, I must try that. Actually,
do. Yeah, no, stunning. And I have tried to come off it when I've tried to sample or trial other eye creams from different ranges. You know, I won't know until I try it myself. But you know what? I'm stopped doing that because I pay the price ultimately.
I want to tell people about this because I'm not sure what this is used for. It's the antioxidant gel. But I use it if I ever get a breakout and the spot is cleared. And you know the red mark, like this one, that has been left. I put this on it. And I notice a massive difference with it when I put it on. Yeah.
There's tea tree oil in it.
So I had to start, if anyone can remember this, before the wedding, 3 weeks before my wedding, and I've never before harmed myself with any electronic devices. But I decided to burn myself quite badly with the curlers 3 weeks before my wedding. You can probably still see the scar very slightly. But wasn't it quite bad? Like,
Anna, it was one of the worst things I've seen.
Like, go figure, right there. Like, I mean, everyone would see it. But I was using the Omnilux light treatment that Karina that has in her salon, which I